Okay, now let's see this question. This question came in GATE 2015 for 2 marks. Now the question is, let Fn is equal to n and Gn is equal to n raised to the power 1 plus sin n be two functions, and then where n is a positive integer, which of the following statements is or are correct? Okay, so n we know, simply Fn is equal to n, so it is a linear function with respect to n, but we have to analyze that what this term n raised to the power 1 plus sin n is all about. Okay, so we will try to understand it simply starting with respect to sin n. Now sin n, when n is a positive integer, in fact n is whatever number, sin n will lie in this range. You must be knowing that it will lie between -1 and 1. Okay, that is how sin x oscillates. Okay, now when we are talking about 1 plus sin n, what we can say? What can we say? We can say that we can add both sides 1, so it will be from 0 to 2. We can say this. Now what about Gn, which is n raised to the power 1 plus sin n? So when we are talking about n raised to the power 1 plus sin n, we can think it in terms of n raised to the power 0 to n square. So what we are getting is that Gn, which is n raised to the power 1 plus sin n, is effectively a function which oscillates between n square and 1. Okay, so this is the relationship which we got. Now from this, and we already know that Fn is equal to n. There is no doubt about Fn. Fn is equal to n. It is a linear function in n. But Gn is a function which oscillates between 1 and n square. So its value can be anywhere for any given n. The value of Gn will be anywhere between 1 and n square. Now let's think it in terms of the given statement. So Fn is equal to order of Gn, which is another way of saying that is Gn a upper bound of Fn. So whatever function Fn is there, can you say that Gn is the upper bound? So Gn is always greater than or equal to Fn. We cannot say that because Fn is always n. Fn is equal to n, it is a linear function, but we see that Gn is sometimes becoming even smaller than Fn. Okay, so it sometimes it can become 1. So we can say that it is not the case that Gn is always greater than or equal to Fn. That's why this statement is wrong. Now what about lower bound? So when Fn is equal to omega, big omega of Gn, then it means that they are saying that, can you say that Gn is a lower bound? Gn is a lower bound on Fn, which means that Gn is always somewhere below or at most equal to Fn or below Fn. Can you say that? Now we cannot say that because we are seeing that sometimes Gn can go as big as n square, which means that if Fn is equal to n, this is the line, then for some value of n, Gn can even go cross this because Gn can be n square, so it can cross this. So we cannot say all that it will be always towards the lower side, so we cannot say that it is a lower bound. So in fact it is neither a lower bound nor an upper bound. That's why statements 1 and 2 both are wrong. So they are asking about which of the statements is correct. In fact none of the statements is correct, so neither 1 nor 2 is correct, and that's why answer is D.